Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Makar Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings be unto the hopeful elect, pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe, in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days, all right? This is the brother Yakanan from the GMS England branch. And as you can see here, I have this article taken from the dailymail.co.uk, and it's entitled NatWest accused of intrusion after starting new function that combs customers' accounts to track their carbon footprint. All right. And NatWest, this is a bank that we have, out here in the UK. And basically, they have a new function on the banking app where you can track, your carbon footprint. All right. Now let me read a few brief excerpts from this article. Now it says a carbon footprint tracker on the bank's mobile app uses transaction data of its customers to make suggestions on how to reduce their carbon footprint based on their shopping habits. All right. Now we know that the end result in regards to this technology and this whole agenda of carbon footprints is to completely control what you spend your money on, what you can buy and what you can't buy. All right. And we know that it's going to get to the level, all right, to the point to where you're going to have a particular credit system, an allowance, all right, where you can only buy a certain amount of meat, per week or per month. You can only travel to particular places, per week, per year, so on and so forth. Everything is going to have, an allowance. All right. And there's, an abundance of proof and evidence going into that information. If you've been following, this whole agenda of the digital system, if you've been following, the agenda of the New World Order system, if you've been following the agenda of, the Great Reset, as it's also called, and the Fourth Industrial Revolution, all right? These are the plans that they're trying to put in place to have full, control over the people, all right? And Catherine Austin Fitts, look her up, she goes into a lot of information in regards to this new system that they're trying to usher in. And she was going into the information in regards to, controlling what you spend your money on, all right? For example, if they deem, that you're obese, all right, you might try and, for example, go to, a fast food joint, and then, your particular money, on your CHIP, all right, because it's going to be, this technology is going to ultimately, function through the CHIP. You're going to go into a shop, you're going to try and purchase in that shop, but your money, all right, the CBDC that you have on that chip is not going to work in that particular shop, all right, for that reason, all right, because you're obese, or because, you use up your credits for that week or for that month. That's how heavy and that's how deep the control is going to be upon, the lives of the people, all right? And ultimately, they're pushing the slogan of you will own nothing and you will be happy, all right? They want to take away full ownership away from the people, all right? Now, let me read a few more excerpts. It says, according to the Telegraph, the bank told customers to consider fixing their clothing instead of buying new items and start drinking plant-based alternatives to dairy milk, all right? This is full control. All right, they want to suggest to you that you should fix you know, you should fix your clothing, you know, instead of buying brand new clothing. Okay? Now it says here, it says the bank also urged customers to share car journeys. Now we know that they want to X out, you know, car ownership. All right? And that's why they've been, you know, building all of these, you know, they've been making all the roads, especially out here in the UK, you know, I'll speak on. All right? Because this is where we at. They've been making all the roads 20 miles per hour. All right? Everywhere you go, you know, the speed limit is 20 miles per hour. All right? 30 miles per hour. You know, you might have a particular road that was 30 miles per hour, and they've been changing it to 20 miles per hour. Not only that, they've been putting a bunch of speed cameras. All right? So more and more people have been gaining, you know, penalties upon their license for speeding, all right, which they're not actually speeding, all right, they just haven't acclimatized to the new speed limits that have been put in place, all right. So it's a trap, it's a snare, you know, wherever you go, all right. And that's another way that they're getting people off the roads, by suspending driving licenses, all right. You might be 2 or 3 miles per hour, you know, over the limit, and then you might end up with, you know, 3 to 6 points on your license. And if you get to 12 out here in the UK, I believe that's at the point where they can actually, you know, revoke your license. All right, so it doesn't take much. But again, you know, these are all methods that are being put in place to deter people from, you know, driving on the roads. All right, not to mention, you know, you got the whole ULEZ system. And you've had people, you know, coming against that, you know, by vandalizing and taking down the cameras, you know, taking matters into their own hands, which ultimately, you know, they want that, all right, or the ABKO. Okay, that gives them another reason, you know, to come down with more of a draconian measure, you know, to control the situation. So, it says the bank also urged customers to share car journeys, wash clothes in cold water, and turn off tumble dryers. Under the spending part of the app, NatWest customers are told the impact of conventional buys, all right? But, you know, again, who's supplying, you know, all of these things that people have been accustomed to, all right? The same devils that are now trying to take it away from you, all right? They're the ones that, you know, own, you know, these companies, all right? And all of these items and products that you're buying, yet still, now they want to withdraw it away from you. Now they're giving you advice, all right, on how to live and how to function in society, all right? So it's pure hypocrisy. Now it says in one example seen by the Telegraph, it reads, if you spend £15 on a dress at a high street shop, that could equate to a footprint of 16 kg CO2. The bank also describes ways in which customers can change their diets to become more eco-friendly, such as going vegetarian. And, you know, what else are they trying to do? They're trying to make you eat bugs. You know, they're trying to make everyone eat bugs. They want, you know, you to eat, you know, products that derive from bugs, so on and so forth. Okay, so they want to cut out, you know, meat consumption. But meanwhile, you know, the elites, they're not going to cut down on these things. The elites and the ones that rule the world in secrecy, they're not going to make any changes, you know, to their diet or the way that they live their life. They're going to carry on living, you know, voluptuously. They're going to carry on living the high life, you know, why you know, at the bottom, you know, have all of these restrictions and, you know, limits on your life, you know. Now it says, other lifestyle changes include buying old furniture and purchasing second-hand clothes. Customers have personalized carbon footprint scores in kilograms of CO2 based on their spending habits, it was reported. A message on the app reads, the UK's average monthly carbon footprint is approximately 1,000 kgs of CO2. To help reduce the impact of climate change, scientists recommend that by 2030, all right, that's that buzzword, you know, that key date, we should aim for our carbon footprints to be around 180 kgs, all right? So that's what they're pushing, all right? That's what they're pushing upon the people. And again, this is one step closer to that draconian system, all right, that they're trying to legitimize and have people become accustomed to. All right. So this is really, in essence, this is a beautiful thing. All right. Because we want this to actually happen. We want this to come to pass. All right. Because the more, terrible and unlivable, things get out here, is the closer, the emergence of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai is actually going to be. All right. And that's why, the scriptures speak about, let's get it right quick, the hour of temptation. All right. Because you can see how terrible things are getting out here. And it's going to continue to worsen. All right. To the point where, it's going to be, pretty much us, fully depending on and being sustained, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. It's going to get to that point, where we're not going to be able, to function in society. We're not going to be able, to operate and utilize, Esau's grid anymore. All right. Because things are going to get to the point where you're going to have to fully compromise to be able to function in it. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. And it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. So this time is coming. This time of testing, this time of trying is manifesting itself right now, right before our eyes. All right. And only those who compromise, all right, and bow down to the beast system, bow down to the New World Order system, are going to be able to benefit from Esau Edom's grid. All right. And the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is not going to be amongst those that cast away their integrity. All right. As it's written. All right. The scriptures say that, the elect shall have victory over the beast, over his image, and over the mark. All right. That's written. All right. So none of the elect are going to be deceived. None of the elect are going to compromise, man. All right. We're going to be sustained through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So again, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So again, a great time of trial, all right, is coming upon the earth, man. All right. And when you see articles of this nature going into this, draconian, information and Orwellian, state of affairs, that we're in that time. All right. We're in that time, man. Okay. Now let's get, Sirach, Sirach chapter 2. All right. That's just Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. All right. So we are ordered, all right, to constantly endure. All right. This being in this ministry, being in this truth, all right, is a thing of endurance. The scriptures say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So if you want to serve the Lord, all right, you want to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, as it says in the first verse, you have to prepare your soul for temptation, man. Okay. We got to prepare ourselves spiritually, for this trying time that's about to manifest itself upon the earth. All right. Now, verse 3 says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. And you best believe, that lower state is coming. All right. You're going to have situations, where, brothers are going to lose their jobs. They're going to lose the ability to financially sustain themselves. All right. Because you're going to have particular workplaces, and enterprises that require you, to be old. All right. To have that digital all. And if you don't have the digital all, you're not going to be able to work at that company. Okay. If you don't have the digital all, there's going to be certain things in society you're going to be shut off from. All right. Like going to the supermarket. All right. So that time is going to manifest itself, man. So we're going to be brought to a lower state. But even in that lower state, you know, the elect of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is still going to persevere. All right. It's still going to have faith and still remain faithful. All right. So it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right. So we're likened unto gold. All right. And gold, to be purified, it has to be burned. All right. It has to go through that burning, that, you know, purification process by fire, which that fire represents, you know, the trials and the tribulations and catching that hell. All right. It's a necessary evil. Verse 6 says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. All right. So we have to believe and trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai if you want to receive that help. All right. If you want to receive that, you know, assistance from the Lord, if you want to withdraw, you know, from them treasures in heaven, then you have to have faith. All right. It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. And the scriptures say, you know, that we are prisoners of hope. All right, because all that we're hoping for is that we receive that mercy, you know, from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. We hope to receive mercy from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, let me say that, you know, clearly. All right, that's our hope. And again, you know, we are prisoners of hope, man. Now it says, look at the generations of old and see. Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that call upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. All right? So you have to believe, you know, these things, you know, that are written aforetime. As the scriptures say, the things that are written aforetime were written for our learning. All right? So you got to trust in the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and trust in the fact that you're going to be, you know, sustained and looked after when all hell breaks loose in these last days. All right? As it says in, Isaiah 65 or 66. You know, let me just type it in. And then we'll close up on this one. Bear with me. Right. All right, here it is. Kahalo Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So that's Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13. And it reads, therefore, thus saith the Lord power. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. All right? So, the servants, you know, the true servants of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai are going to eat, you know, in this great time of tribulation upon the earth. All right. Not only that are we going to eat, we are going to drink. But not only are we going to drink, we're also going to be rejoicing in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai in this time. All right. And that's because, you know, we trusted in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai in order to protect us in those times. All right. So imagine that, you know, when all hell is breaking loose upon the earth, you have people starving, you know, of hunger. You have, you know, all kind of, you know, anarchy and madness going on, you know, out here in these streets, But you're going to have the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai rejoicing with food and with drink and, not wanting for anything, all right? Being sustained through the Spirit until we are delivered. That's a beautiful thought, all right? That is a beautiful thought, man. And again, that's what's coming to the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Now, no one said it was going to be easy, all right? But again, we are prisoners of hope, man, all right? So with that, Lord willing, this lesson has been edifying. And until the next time, I'll say shalom.